Support for Music Money University and the following message are brought to you by TuneCore. Do you want to take your career to the next level and start making money from your music? The good news is all you need is a digital distributor. TuneCore is dedicated to helping independent artists get their music in over 150 digital stores and streaming services in over 100 countries worldwide. And the best part is, they never take a cut of the money they collect for you. No label, no catch, no barriers to selling your music worldwide. Take control of your career and get 20% off your first upload on TuneCore by clicking the link in our show notes. Welcome to Music Money University, where you learn in-depth strategies on how real artists, musicians, and entrepreneurs earn a full-time income in the music business. I am your host, Omari. Okay, so what is the number one problem you're trying to solve today for your music business?
I had a couple questions. The reason that I had reached out to you originally was because I was doing some research on marketing, and I read on the website that had mentioned your website, they were talking about how you could possibly do geographic marketing, and I'm interested in that. I'd like to learn a little bit more about that, see if that's a possibility.
Yeah, so the two ways to effectively do geographic promotion are via Facebook and Instagram custom ads.
Okay.
And YouTube promotion. You can also
Okay.
try and do it with Spotify audio ads. Typically a lot harder to get listeners off of Spotify audio ads because their pricing is definitely expensive, far more expensive than doing the other promotions. So,
Okay, sounds good. That was really what I was mostly interested in. I'm right now what I'm looking to kind of get to is I would like to be able to start, making an income off of music. Right now we're just kind of, because we've worked with a few different marketing companies, and we get the streams, but it just seems kind of scammy. All the streams are like from one city. So it hasn't really felt like organic. It hasn't felt like it's something that's sustainable, that we're actually gaining listeners.
So if you're looking to make income from your music career, it's got to be diversified. What
Okay.
else are you selling in your music business?
So right now the music and the videos is what we're focusing on now. Of course, we're looking at the merch and whatnot, but I'm assuming that we've got to get a listener base before we can sell any of that.
Not necessarily. You can do it as you go along, but
Okay.
it just depends on what you prefer. So if you plan on delaying the merch sales or delaying focusing on the merch, then you need to be prepared to have your return on investment delayed as well. Because without the merch sales and concert ticket sales and TV placements and video game placements, whatever else, if you're delaying that, then the return on investment is going to be delayed because the streaming revenue is not going to make you all your money back by any measure or any long shot. It's just not going to happen. It'll probably be, once you look at like a full-time artist, most of the times, you're not looking at anywhere over 10% of their income, if that, usually.
Okay.
So it just depends on what you're prepared for. It depends on how much startup cash you have, how much cash on hand you have.
Okay.
Depends on all those things. So I'd say if you're not looking to sell the merchandise now, you need to at least be designing it and researching what types of shirts sell well, so that when you do introduce it, you have a few different SKUs and you test out which one works well, and then you can start to really ramp up your return on investment.
Okay. All right. We definitely had started looking into different designs and whatnot, but now that you've mentioned that, we'll definitely hit that harder. Well, for the most part, really what I would, my main question was that geographic, because I feel like, if we were to be able to get some kind of buzz going within the city that we're in, because we're based in Orlando, so I feel like there's a lot of people here, a lot of opportunities to capitalize on. But we just got to get, the name out, the product out there to attract people to shows where we can start, building everything else. But besides that, man, that's really the main question that I had. Um, you know, I don't know if you have anything for us.
So the difference between the YouTube ads and a custom Facebook and Instagram campaign, they both take their own expertise, but I'll say Facebook and Instagram might be a little bit more expertise than YouTube ads because people aren't specifically on Facebook and Instagram to listen to music. They are specifically on YouTube to listen to music. They search a lot of different songs on YouTube, whereas on Facebook and Instagram, you kind of got to catch them, mid scrolling through their feed or in video ads or wherever. You have to catch them and gain their attention. Otherwise, they might be on Instagram for a different purpose than listening to music. So there's just different platforms, and obviously we have the options of YouTube promotion and the Facebook and Instagram custom ads management. The custom ads management is more involved with us,
Right.
It requires like a minimum budget that is a lot higher than the YouTube minimum budget.
Okay. And what would that be ballpark, that budget?
So the minimum budget for Facebook and Instagram monthly is $500 a month.
Okay.
For YouTube, you can run a campaign for as low as $77 with us. Obviously, you pay for what you get, or you get what you pay for.
Right.
But that's the price ranges on them. So if you're paying more with the Facebook and Instagram ads, you can expect more results. But I don't think you can really go wrong with either option, either the YouTube or the Facebook. You could split if you have, let's say you had $1,000 a month to make the math easy, and you split it 500 and 500. I don't think you can go wrong with that.
Okay. And then so with the YouTube, would it be a different, if we go ahead and put an order in, because I definitely would like to focus that marketing on the Orlando area. And you said it's a little bit more involved with the custom. What would a kind of ballpark budget, if we wanted to promote mostly on YouTube in the Orlando area, what would that look like to start off?
So it's the same prices. So the YouTube promotion ranges from $77 to about $1,800, and there's 6 different package levels in between that. And it takes longer to complete whenever it's just promoting to a certain city. So that's the only quote unquote downside. But obviously, it's whenever you get new listeners and you get new subscribers, you're going to know that they're all coming from the place that you're trying to tour in and maximize your revenue in that city. And then, obviously branch out from there. So it's not a bad thing. It's just the results just come in slower because the ad's not being shown to as many people.
Right, which is totally okay. I mean, we can definitely wait it out as long as the goal is reached. That's fine. When we go on the website, I've been on your website. I've taken a look around. When we go on the website, if we wanted to do, we order the YouTube promotion. Do we have to do anything? Write in a message or something like that special, to let y'all know, just for the Orlando area? I don't know if there's anything that we got to do.
There's a location. There's a location box whenever you order for YouTube.
Okay, perfect. All right, sweet, man. Pretty much that's all I had for you, brother. I appreciate you breaking all that down, man.
All right, you're welcome.
All right, brother. So we'll definitely be in touch, and thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
All right, talk to you soon.
All right, man. All right, we'll talk soon. Bye.
So what's the number one biggest problem you're trying to solve for your music business today?
All right. Look, so the thing is, I'm going to the States in like a month to record my 9-song album. And the way I'm planning to do it, I'm planning to release a song every month and invest in it, like Spotify promotion, SoundCloud promotion. But I don't know much about music promotion. So I don't know, do you promote or on Spotify and SoundCloud at the same time, or how much budget is a good budget, like etc. etc.
Okay. What genre is the music?
Hip hop and pop.
Okay, hip hop and pop. And you mentioned coming to the States. Is there like a purpose for coming to the States?
Well, yeah, the purpose is that there is the studios are better there, and I want to do it like really in a very very professional environment, you know. So I want this to be like extremely good. Like I'm planning to make a living on this like forever.
Okay. How are you planning to make the living? Like what are you doing right now to monetize your music?
Nothing, absolutely nothing, because I have nothing released yet. So I have prepared my album, like I've made the music, I've made everything, and now I'm going to record, but I have nothing released yet. I don't have a website so like I'm on the at the beginning of the path basically.
Okay. Okay. So the things you want to keep in mind when starting out as an independent artist is your end goal. So in 3 years, if you had everything go exactly as you wanted it to, what would you need to do today to get there? So if you want to get signed by a label, the route you take is a little bit different than if you just want to be an independent artist. For example, when looking to get signed by a label, you kind of just want to get your numbers up online, like your follower numbers, your streaming numbers, and things like that, because that's what people at labels look at. Unfortunately, they look at it probably more than they should. But when you're an independent artist and you don't rely on getting a outside investment from, let's call them the investor, let's just call the artist the entrepreneur, because that's essentially what it is. So whenever you're independent and you're looking to make money for yourself rather than trying to get a check from somebody else, you rely on your fans to pay you, then your route looks a little bit different. So what are you exactly trying to do with those two routes?
Well, I think I'm more to the label type.
Okay. So when looking at a label, your return on investment is usually slower because you're relying on future capital to come in rather than creating it as you go along. So even if you're doing $50,000 a year in revenue as an independent artist, and your numbers aren't that big online, well, some label people might not even give you the time of day just because, like I said, they look at those numbers a little bit more than they should. So the best promotions, if you're trying to get signed by a label, would be, getting your numbers up on Spotify, Instagram followers up, YouTube views up, and subscribers. Honestly, I wouldn't even look at SoundCloud too much. It's, you can get lucky on there a little bit, but it's not as tried and true as YouTube is absolutely tried and true. Instagram is probably the next one, and then Spotify would be the third out of all of those. Spotify is doing things to improve their platform for artists, but right now it's a listener platform. So it's the tools that they have on there really aren't that beneficial towards artists. But in terms of what I would do if I'm trying to get signed by a label, I'd get my numbers up on those 3 sites.
So when you say YouTube, so you're telling me that a video is completely essential for every song I make, kind of.
No, but putting it on YouTube is. So it doesn't have to be an official music video, but it can be a lyric video or a album cover artwork video. When you upload your songs through a distributor like TuneCore, they have the option of putting what's just called like an album cover artwork video. So it's just the album cover and then the song playing with it. And they can do that automatically. But we usually advise that you have it just uploaded to your channel as well.
And you do YouTube promotion as well.
Yeah, we do YouTube promotions.